Welcome to this Tutor to You Sociology topic video looking at social and community crime prevention. In previous videos in this series, we've looked at crime prevention strategies associated with the ideas of right realist thinkers, but social and community prevention is more associated with the left realist approach to crime and deviance, looking to tackle the causes of crime rather than the symptoms. The approach is often linked with New Labour from 1997 to 2010 that looked to tackle the causes of crime through creating social policies to tackle inequalities in society, such as those experienced by the working class and those from minority ethnic groups. And this was part of a wider range of reforms as part of the third way approach between socialism and neoliberalism. Left realists, particularly Lee and Young, saw three main reasons for crime rates. Firstly, the formation of subcultures, and this resulted from a lack of status and disintegration of communities, which led to the formation of subcultures. Secondly, relative deprivation. The poverty and unemployment are key factors in the levels of criminal behaviour. And finally, marginalisation. Left realists argue that increasingly people were feeling socially and economically excluded from opportunities in society, and they saw this as being a result of the neoliberal economic reforms in the late 1970s and throughout the 1980s. Social and community prevention focused upon two key strategies. Firstly, early intervention, preventing the causes of crime through agencies working together to highlight issues. This included the police, the education system and social work identifying risks and sharing information, for example in safeguarding policies. Secondly, social and community prevention focused on the community, returning to ideas of the early 1960s with community policing and the development of local relationships between the police and the communities that they served. They argued it was not enough for the police to be retroactive in catching criminals, but rather they should be proactive in the prevention of crime in the first place. While left realist ideas were utilised in the UK by New Labour, their ideas were not new. The Perry Preschool Project in Michigan, a longitudinal study which examined the impacts of preschool education on African American children, had previously had success in the USA, as had other programs such as Head Start. In the study, an experimental group had regular interventions from social workers, and upon completion of the study, it was found that they had less than 50% of the arrests compared to the control group by the age of 27. Although the findings were based on a relatively small sample, the result helped to inform other policies, including those proposed by left realists. Further examples of this early intervention were preschool programs to help raise attainment in education, for example Head Start in the USA and Sure Start in the UK. Under the coalition government, another early intervention scheme, comprising parenting classes, which was called Troubled Families, was launched to tackle lower class crime. However, this approach was dogged with controversy when it was declared that there were far lower success rates with the programme than the government had suggested. To tackle youth criminality, New Labour developed a range of community centres, Millennium Centres, that provided support within the community and often based around services such as Sure Start. However, these were mostly closed down by governments post-2010 and labelled as ineffective and inefficient in a time of austerity. Whilst there has been some limited success with social and community programmes, they have often been accused of ignoring the underlying impacts of inequality on society. Rather, they attempt to plug the gaps. A further criticism is the victim blaming of parents and children and assuming that parenting styles were inadequate, rather than tackling the root causes of these differences, which is usually economic deprivation. Furthermore, it's been difficult for police to forge relationships with communities as a result of a number of high-profile cases of police misuse of power or lack of understanding of those they serve. Relationships with police and agencies strained due to perceptions of police behaviour, for example the Macpherson report, and accusations of racial and social class profiling in stop and search policies. That concludes this Tutor to You Sociology topic video looking at social and community prevention. Thanks for watching.